Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In this video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD pre-orders and announcements for February 2nd, 2024. Now keep in mind release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also, be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links to the titles listed in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. Previously announced by Vinegar Syndrome as getting a 4K release, we now have the official artwork and tentative release date of the end of February for the film Phase 4. As per usual with Vinegar Syndrome releases, HDR and DTS audio are expected. Pre-orders are now live over on their website. Also announced previously, but we now have official artwork. The release date for the film North Dallas 40 on 4K from Kino Lorber is going to be March 26th. HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS audio are going to be included. The 4K edition of the film The Beekeeper starring Jason Statham is expected to arrive sometime in March. Now I'm hearing a couple of soft release dates the first half of the month, either March 5th or March 12th. It could be either of those or neither, but when I get an actual release date, I will update that in a future video. Announced in last week's video, but without an actual release date, well, that has now changed this week as Rolling Thunder from Shout Factory as part of their Shout Select line is expected to come out on April 23rd. Now, if you also recall in last week's video, a 4K listing for The Faculty was also announced. Now, I was hearing reports that was coming out on April 16th, but I'm starting to see rumors it may actually have been delayed out of April. Of course, when I have any additional information about The Faculty, I will update that in a future video. Currently up for pre-order over at the A24 web store, and we also talked about this in last week's video. The concert film Stop Making Sense featuring the Talking Heads is coming out and is expected to ship sometime in May. And we have updated tech specs per the A24 website. It will include HDR and Dolby Vision and very surprisingly welcome a Dolby Atmos audio mix. Kino Lorber announced this week that an upcoming 4K release for No Way Out starring Kevin Costner is expected, and I would think coming sometime at the back half of 2024. There are some international 4K pre-orders and announcements to go over in this week's video, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. Arriving on February 29th, how often do you get to say that? Germany will be getting a 4K Steelbook edition of Halloween 2. It is expected to have the same tech specs as the US domestic release. Also arriving on February 29th from Italy is the film Dogman coming to 4K. HDR and Dolby Vision will be included as well as DTS audio. German online retailers are starting to show listings for 4K of Iron Claw. It looks, according to the website, it will support HDR, no Dolby Atmos, but simply a DTS 5.1. And the expected release date will be April 5th. Now, for those wondering if we here in the States are going to be getting a 4K, this is, I believe, an A24 distributed film, so it could come directly from their web store, or maybe Lionsgate will get a hold of it. So we'll have to just wait and see on this one. In the UK, on April 22nd, the concert Motley Crue The End live in Los Angeles is expected to release on 4K. Well, it looks like we're starting to see the first international listings for the 4K of The Holdovers, and that will be in the United Kingdom, and it's expected to arrive April 22nd. Now, I fully expect to see a domestic US release for this. I would not be surprised if it was announced soon after, but stay tuned to the channel for that additional information. I will update it here. The German edition of The Raid on 4K is coming on April 25th. It is expected to have the same tech specs as the Sony release here in the States, HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos audio. And finally this week, Amazon France has updated their 4K listing for the original Mean Girls from 2004 as a non-exclusive steelbook. Now, while this is important that it's arriving on the French website, I fully 100% expect to see the same exact steelbook artwork here in the States. And this being a Paramount release, they should also simultaneously release a slipcover. There's no release date posted over on the Amazon France website, but I expect very shortly to get a worldwide announcement for the 4K. So once again, stay tuned to the channel, and when that becomes available, I will update it here. So those were this week's 4K pre-orders and announcements for February 2nd, 2024. Don't forget to use the Amazon affiliate links either in the comment section below or the channel's community page if you're interested in any of these titles. And also be sure to let me know what titles I talked about in this video you're planning to pick up for yourself. And finally, a special thank you to my patrons for another great month of support. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.